Watch this.
Congress is staring down a healthcare deadline and deadlocked again. Idaho Senator Mike Crapo thought he had the plan to salvage the subsidies, but his counterparts called it dead on arrival. The Boise Farmers Market wants you to see what really goes into growing local food. A new video series shines a light on small farmers and why your support matters more than you think. That's what you gotta be good.
If I don't, I think I might get coal this Christmas, but no, I won't.
Have you ever gotten coal?
No.
Whew. Good for you.
I'm a good kid.
Oh, Christopher wasn't the only good kid we talked to about Christmas. We're getting into wish lists and weird family traditions with help from Reagan Elementary. Partisan politics at its finest today in the U.S. Senate as two competing health care bills failed to get the 60 votes needed to pass. So unless something changes in the very near future, the Affordable Care Act subsidies will evaporate at the end of the month, and the cost of health insurance is expected to at least double for 22 million Americans enrolled in the ACA. The Democratic proposal to extend them for 3 years only got 51 votes, with only 4 Republicans voting for it. But before that, there was a vote on a Republican plan, which only got 53 votes, with no Democrats voting for it. That bill was co-authored by Idaho Senator Mike Crapo. And that would be a replacement for the Obamacare subsidy. So let's bring in Joe Paris now, because Joe, you followed this over the last year. So what did these votes on the Senate floor look like today?
Well, to put it simply, they're a standstill, and more progress needs to be made, Brian. A bill, again, written by Senator Crapo and Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, looked to invest into health care savings accounts for adults earning under 700% of the federal poverty level, so about $110,000 for a single person, about $225,000 for a family of 4. Those groups would get about $1,000 a year for a health savings account, and that's for medical costs. And if they're under the age of 50, older than 50, you'd get $1,500 per year until you're 64 years old. And then when you're 65, you can get onto Medicare.
Our bill provides pre-funded, patient-driven health savings accounts for Americans enrolled in qualified Obamacare bronze and catastrophic plans. Importantly, low-income Americans will still receive subsidies for those Obamacare plans through the permanent portion of the premium tax credit system.
That's Senator Crapo this afternoon arguing on the Senate floor that extending the ACA as is costly and doesn't solve fundamental issues with the American healthcare system.
A 3-year extension of this program with no reforms, costing hardworking families $83 billion, with tens of billions of dollars going to insurance companies and fraudsters, is anything but clean.
Crapo's points are almost immediately debated in closing by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, and he was clear about opposition to the Crapo-penned plan, calling it junk insurance.
The big idea is essentially to hand people about $80 a month and wish them good luck, say you're on your own no matter what happens. And to even qualify for that check, Americans would be forced onto bare-bone bronze plans with sky-high deductibles, $7,000 or $10,000 for an individual and tens of thousands for a couple. So the deductibles are so high that even that is not paid for by the $80 a month. And then Americans are stuck and have nothing, nothing, nothing.
A fact check on that claim has found that data from the independent health policy group KFF shows the deductible for a bronze or catastrophic plan is just under $7,500 for 2026. That's one person. It's in the range of about $15,000 or more for a family of 4. Critics of the Republican-sponsored plan say in the event of a significant or even mild health care event, families still wouldn't be able to afford a deductible, and the problem of medical debt continues for millions of Americans. However, Senator Crapo argued that his proposal would lower insurance premiums by funding cost-sharing reduction payments, and that would bring numbers down for people on the silver plans, Brian. In the end, though, it's all moot. Neither the Republican-backed proposal nor the extension of the ACA passed the floor, continuing the stalemate. So it's a big question for Americans and Idahoans. Today, I spoke with Your Health Idaho for our upcoming Viewpoint special on this. People that are waiting for something to change in D.C., maybe they're hoping Congress makes a change. Well, here's the best advice from the experts.
We are getting a lot of feedback from Idahoans. Everything from, well, I'm going to wait. I don't want to make a decision today. For those of you that are waiting, please don't. You will have an opportunity to change plans if things change, but don't wait.
The concern there from healthcare advocates, Brian, that Americans waiting for a better price, even if they see scary numbers, is if they are without insurance altogether, that could be catastrophic not only for their family, but for community funds as well.
We mentioned 22 million Americans. About 100,000 Idahoans are covered by these subsidies. Is that correct?
Yep, a little more than 100,000.
A little more than 100,000. So it has a lot of this weighing on those people.
Yeah,
so.
And it's a stressful time, as we've heard from Idahoans, that they see scary numbers and they don't know what to do. Again, the advice from the experts is enroll in something, and if something changes, they would have a special re-enrollment period. We have a full conversation coming up Sunday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 7.
If something changes, chances of that happening before the end of the year?
They look slim right now, but when Congress gets motivated to do something, it can happen in a matter of hours.
Could be a Christmas miracle.
We'll they could be.
All right, thanks, Joe. All right, yesterday we answered a viewer question about the new electronic signs spotted along Eagle Road. Those are the new variable speed limit signs, and they will allow the Idaho Transportation Department to change the speed limit along a certain section of the road depending on traffic and time of day. After all, it is called Eagle Road, which makes it sound like some run-of-the-mill byway between towns, but it is one of the busiest thoroughfares in the state with about 60,000 cars on it each day. Well, today, Michelle in Eagle wants to know more about how those signs are going to work, and she asks, is it going to, going with his variable speed limits on Eagle Road? We haven't had anything like this before. How is it going to work if you get pulled over for speeding? Is it he said versus she said? Can you do a story to educate us on this, please? Asked Michelle. Well, let's start with the fact that every speeding ticket is a he said, she said thing, isn't it really? Because you're word against the cops. But according to the Meridian Police Department, just like it is now, they kind of have the technology on the he said side. Just like with non-variable signs, if you're going faster than the posted speed limit, well, that is speeding. Think of it like a school zone, though. When those yellow lights are blinking, the 35-mile-an-hour limit in that area generally, that drops to 20 miles an hour. And if you don't drop your speed during those school zone times, well, then you can get a ticket. Variable speed limits are supposed to go into effect early next year. However, Meridian PD wanted to stress this variable speed program isn't supposed to create speed traps, meaning they will be clearly posted and enforcement will come with some leeway to it. They're not just going to be waiting in the bushes for those speed limits to drop so they can just rush out into traffic and pull somebody over. The goal is to make the road a little safer and more efficient during those peak travel times. So thanks for the question, Michelle. We all go to the grocery store because, well, we need something. But the Boise Farmers Market says you should go to feel something as well. Farmers markets are a chance to get to know the person behind the food. And in their video series that they just wrapped up, showcases exactly that. Well, Hunter Funk joins us now after they showcase these films at the Idaho Film Society. Hunter?
Yeah, all of this is a big thanks to USDA because they helped connect them. They gave them a grant, and the community, to the farmers and the families at the market, they get to get a glimpse at what they're doing at the Boise Farmers Market. Now, the episodes rolled out every month, April to November, and their most recent one looked at the farmers market changes to SNAP benefits that were on hold in the community. On November 1st alone, they served 551 households, distributing nearly $22,000 in support. And they stepped in just days after the government shutdown abruptly cut those benefits.
As someone who needed help and support when I was a teenager, it becomes emotional, it becomes personal, and that's who we are as the Boise Farmers Market.
That is a clip from one of their reels. There are 9 other videos that showcase the farmers who have been at the market for several years, and also the innovation and sustainability behind the food.
I think what this video series does is it brings community together. It tells the story of the farmers market, and it gives people a deep dive into their kind of personal relationship with food, their personal relationship with their community, and how farmers markets can uniquely bring people together. And through our drive-through, through strawberries and solar power and sustainability and all these different stories, it says why going to the grocery store should be a unique experience, and that's what farmers markets can offer that no one else can.
The market says each video is meant to help people understand the true cost and the true value of local food. All of the videos are out and on the Boise Farmers Market website. Coming up at 6, we're going to hear from the farmers who are a part of some of those videos and got to watch all of them at the Idaho Film Society on the big screen.
So, Hunter, have you seen these reels that they put out?
Yeah, there's actually been a few. I wasn't here for COVID, so I got to kind of see how they adapted through COVID. It's also why they kept some of their drive-in options or drive-through options.
Right.
That, and also the one that still sticks with me is the strawberry farmers. They also got a grant, and so they were able to implement solar powers into growing strawberries.
Oh, okay.
So it's things that, running the fridge or just different things that they needed. Even I think their go-kart, or I'm saying that wrong, but the cart that they drive around on the farm also helps. So,
okay. I was going to ask you what stood out to you. Does that answer that question? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Hunter. We'll see you at 6. Yes, it is the most wonderful time of the year, although given the current weather conditions and the forecast, there may not be much mistletoeing, or there might be a lot of that actually, just not a lot of caroling out in the snow. Still, even if your heart is full of unwashed socks, or if you're the king of sinful sots, the one thing that could get you into the holiday spirit is listening to kids talk about Christmas. So we went to Reagan Elementary in Nampa to do just that. What made you decide to wear this today, this sweatshirt?
I did.
You did? Why'd you wear it?
Because I wanted to make everyone happy.
It's a cool sweatshirt. What do you like about Christmas?
I like that I get lots of presents.
You do?
That we get to spend time with other friends and other families.
Why do you like to spend time with them?
Because they're nice and kind.
I just like spending time with my family, mostly my brothers.
That's nice. Do you tell them that?
No.
I like that it's not scary like Halloween.
Are you all excited about Christmas? What are you excited about?
To build snowmen. That we get to decorate the tree.
I just kind of like getting presents.
Yeah, there's that. What are you hoping for Christmas this year?
100 more brothers. A Lego set that I can build cars with.
Clothes.
You like getting clothes?
Yeah, because I don't have a lot.
Good. You need clothes. Can't go to school without clothes.
I don't think I would be here right now if I didn't. This year I'm asking for like a lounge chair for up camping.
A lounge chair?
Yeah.
That's an odd request.
Well, I like going up camping and like after we go fishing or something or swimming, I like sitting in the lounge chair and reading or taking a nap.
It's a board, and if you say something to it, it repeats it. A squish ball and a big squishmallow. I'm trying to get a phone, but my mom said I won't get one until I'm like 11. So I'm asking Santa for one.
So you think Santa's just gonna go ahead and just be a rebel and just do it?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
A brand new bike.
Well, I hope you get the bike.
Same, I really hope I get it too. I remember.
Have you already asked Santa yet? Have you seen Santa?
Yeah.
What'd you tell him?
Hulk hands.
Hulk hands. What are you gonna do with Hulk hands?
Punch stuff.
Not your sister though, right? No. What are you wishing for this year?
A galaxy-themed room.
What does it take to make a galaxy?
Purple, black, very dark blue. The stars are like a white, but like dots. Just dots of white.
You've thought about this a lot. Is there a present that you've gotten before that you did not like so much?
No.
No? None?
Sometimes when I get clothes, I'm like, I already have a lot of clothes. I don't need clothes, you know? It was like a little airplane toy that my grandpa got me.
Grandpa sometimes, I don't know, they're not into American Girl dolls, I guess.
I get socks, and I don't really like socks. My little snowflake, it was so tiny, right this small.
Somebody put a little tiny snowflake in a big box?
Yeah. No.
No? You like them all?
Yes.
Never had a worst present ever kind of thing?
No.
Socks?
Well, they're clothes. I like clothes. I want clothes. I got rope.
So what do you do with rope?
Usually I tie knots and see how far it goes around the house. Then I walk and follow it back to my room.
You leave cookies for Santa. Does he eat them?
Mm-hmm. And we leave carrots for his reindeer.
That's awesome.
This year, I think Santa doesn't want cookies and milk. I think he maybe wants trail mix and soda. I just thought that maybe this year, maybe we can give Santa something that he maybe has never tried before.
What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Probably morning.
Morning, Christmas morning?
Because we have to wake up our mom and dad at like 6 in the morning, so.
Why so early?
Because we want to see what they are.
Did they ever tell you not so early?
Mostly every year.
Being with my family in the love.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
My dad did something funny.
What did your dad do?
The elves painted his toenails.
The elves did? Oh my goodness. What color?
Rainbow.
Do you guys do anything on Christmas that's kind of weird?
We kind of do like a nativity on Christmas Eve. Like my dad's the donkey.
Wait, what? You guys do like a human nativity scene?
Yeah.
What do you dress up as?
Me and the other two of my brothers are usually the wise men.
Okay, but your dad's the donkey.
Yeah. It's awesome. Then my mom rides him.
Oh, Eli. Please tell me there are pictures.
I think there probably are.
Well, here's hoping you get everything that you want, maybe.
Yeah.
Except maybe the phone.
How dare you?
Do you have something that you wish for everybody for Christmas?
Reindeer. Reindeer for everybody in my family. Do you like Christmas?
I do like Christmas. It's one of my favorites. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Have a good Christmas.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you get your galaxy.
I hope you get what you want.
Thank you. Well, have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Anything else about Christmas you want to share with us?
Nope.
Nothing? Have a good Christmas, Tanner.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, another day with above average warmth today. A beautiful sunset happening outside right now for Boise and Sun Valley. Twin Falls, currently at 49 degrees, was in the low 60s today, broke a record for warmth. This is the second day in a row now. Now, this warm weather is going to lead to some stagnant air as we have high pressure building in and an inversion setting up this weekend. So we have very light winds, a low amount of mixing in our atmosphere. So the pollutants, particulate matter, are kind of just going to settle into the valleys, giving us an air stagnation advisory going into effect tomorrow morning, lasting all the way through Monday morning. Over the next several days, we'll stay in the 50s. We are expecting sunshine this weekend, but our inversion will get potentially stronger the longer that it lasts. So make sure you check air quality conditions this weekend. Monday, we're expecting precipitation to come back into the picture for the week ahead.
You know, organ transplants can be risky enough, but getting rabies? Not sure that was on the list. And an Idaho skunk is to blame. Meanwhile, after more than a year of recovering in hospitals around the country, an Idaho firefighter will continue that fight back home, just in time for the holidays. Here's Abby Wilt with today's 411.
Stacy Wandra, the man accused of kidnapping and killing 5-year-old Michael Vaughn, was in court for a status hearing today. Court records show he's charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, destruction of evidence, and a persistent violator charge. Law enforcement extradited Wandra from Arizona, where he's been serving time for unrelated charges. Wandra was silent for the whole hearing and appeared via Zoom. He spoke once to arrange a meeting with his attorney. Today's hearing set a status conference for March 2nd, with preliminary hearing proceedings set for March 3rd through March 6th. The CDC now confirms a Michigan man who died in January contracted rabies from a transplanted kidney, and that kidney came from an Idaho donor. Investigators say the donor had been scratched by a skunk on his rural property about 6 weeks before his death. Family members later reported he became confused, had trouble walking and swallowing, and was declared brain dead soon after. Testing later confirmed he carried the silver-haired bat variant of the rabies virus. Over a year into his recovery, an Idaho firefighter is finally headed home. Last August, a tree hit Justin Shaw while he was helping fight the coffee can saddle fire in the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest. Shaw suffered a traumatic brain injury and now uses a wheelchair. He's been recovering at multiple facilities around the country and is currently at a facility in Omaha, Nebraska. After 6 surgeries and 16 months of rehabilitation, his family shared with KTVB that Shaw is headed home soon to continue his recovery. That's the 411 on the 208. I'm Abby Wilt.
All right, Larry has something to say about the lack of ACA subsidies being passed. GOP not having a health plan? That isn't surprising. It's the same plan they have for everything, he says. Meanwhile, this is, I believe, this is Chris Campbell in Eagle. Changing Eagle Road speed limit will make a difference because as soon as one light turns green, the next light turns red. He said it's more about a function of the lights. We'll see if that gets taken care of. More kid interviews. We need more of that on the 208, says Michelle and Meridian. Couldn't agree more. Wish we could do that every single week. Before we go today, a little bit of a programming note for the 208. Due to the holidays and vacation and the NBA, next week will be the last live 208 shows of 2025. But also, next Thursday will be the last 208 show for me. After 5 years of doing my best to bring you a unique and interesting perspective on all things Idaho, I've decided it's time to move on to something else. To find out why, tune in next week and I'll explain. We'll see you then.
Continue with us and watch free now on the KTVB Plus app everywhere you stream.